first go to the internet gateway. As we know, internet gateway is just going to allow everything inside, everything outside. We cannot configure anything at the internet gate level. And we have already seen that this internet gateway's rule is there for the public subnet only. Okay, so anyway, the traffic has to just go to the public subnet. Now, if it reaches the public subnet, sorry, before that, the network access control list will come in picture. So once the packet goes to the internet gateway, as we know, internet gateway is just going to allow everything. And there comes the network access control list, which is the subnet level firewall. And just now we have seen network access control list is stateless firewall. Okay. We need to define the inbound as well as outbound rule. And second thing, rules are evaluated in order. There can be allow as well as deny rules as well. So all that stuff we have seen. Okay. So, and even we have seen what is the default network access control list. If you have not created any network access control list and you are just using the default one, by default, network access control list allows everything inside and everything outside as well. And that is the reason we are not creating the network access control list every now and then, like we create the security group. Okay. So if it is the default one, it is by default going to allow everything. But if it is not the default, and if you have created the custom, then you need to define inbound rule as well as outbound rule. Okay, so that has to be taken care. So assuming that network access control list is allowing everything here, then the next hurdle will be the security group. And if security group permits that particular traffic, then it will reach the appropriate EC2 instance. So in nutshell, network access control list is a virtual firewall for a subnet. And by default, now see, this is very important for cracking your interview, for passing the exam. The default network access control list allows all inbound and outbound traffic. But if you create your custom network access control list, by default, it denies all inbound and outbound traffic. And then you have to define your own rule. Okay, so just have a quick look there. Okay, once again, I will go to the network access control list. Okay, I will go to the network access control list, create network access control list. It means I am creating my custom network access control list. It has to be for some VPC. Okay, and if I just create it, I think I have not tagged it. But anyway, this is for the Delhi VPC. So this is the one. And if you go to the inbound rule, sorry, this is not the one. Let me just try to create one. Let me give some name. Let us say it is Delhi Public Subnet NACL. Be more specific. So which VPC I am creating it for? Delhi. Okay, let me click create. And now it will appear here. Delhi Public Subnet Network Access. See, this is the custom. And now if I just go to the inbound rules here, okay, now see, everything is denied. Okay, so nothing is allowed by default. So this is what they have mentioned in the presentation. So if you create your own network access control list, then nothing is allowed by default. Okay, everything is denied. So this is for the inbound rule. Similarly for outbound rule as well. So everything is denied. But if it is not the default, it is not the custom one. And if it is the default one, okay, so what is the difference? Now let me go to the default network access control list for any subnet maybe. So it looks it is the default one. Okay, it looks it is the default one. So if I go here and if I just go to inbound rule, okay, and now see, by default it allows everything, all traffic, 100 rule. Okay, and this is for the inbound rule. And similarly, if I go to outbound rule, again it allows anything. So this is what they have mentioned in this slide. Okay, so the default network access control list allows all inbound and outbound traffic. But if you create your custom network access control list, it is going to deny all inbound as well as outbound. It is stateless packet filtering firewall. Okay, so it performs stateless packet filtering. Before a packet exit, okay, so what exactly this stateless nature is? Before a packet can exit a subnet, it must be checked against the outbound loop. And if it enters the subnet, again, it has to go through the inbound. Okay, so this is what? While entering in the premises also, there is a security check. And while at the exit door as well, there is a security check. This is something like this. This is the premises. This is the entry. And this is the exit. Okay, so somebody is entering from here. So at entry, there will be the security check. And when you are leaving the premises as well, there is a security check. But in security group, what is happening? Only at the entry level. Okay, so a security guard is here. So when you are entering, it is checking everything. But when you are leaving, he is not asking you anything. Okay, so this is the security group. This is the difference between security group. So if while leaving, you are not getting checked, okay, so that is known as stateful. That is known as stateful. But if you are getting checked strictly while entering also and while leaving also, that is known as stateless. Okay, that is known as stateless. Take this example, passport officer at the airport. You are just coming to India, okay, maybe from some outside country. So at the security check, it is going to check whether you are allowed. Let us say he's a foreigner, he's a traveler who is coming to India. So when he is trying to come to India, everything has been checked by this officer. And now let us say he has done with his vacation. He is going out now. Okay, he's just going back to his country. But again, at the leaving time as well, the strict security check will be done. So this is the example of stateless packet filtering firewall. Okay. So she will not say that, yes, I know you and you came to India and such date. Now you can live happily, right? It is not going to happen. So she will check everything. This is the stateless firewall. Okay. Security group is a virtual firewall for the EC2 instance. By default, security group denies, and that is also we have seen today. If it is the security group is getting created while launching the instance, then if it is the Linux, SSH port is open. If it is Windows, RDP port is open. But if you are not creating it while launching the instance and using the console itself you are creating, then by default, it denies all inbound traffic. You have to define the inbound, okay? But by default, all the outbound traffic will be allowed. So security group is just like the security guard sitting at the front door, as we have seen. Once somebody is entering in the premises, he will check everything. But once he is going to leave, he will not check anything because he remember, okay? He remember that he has already checked, done all the security check when that person was coming inside. So while leaving, he will not have any check for it. This is what is known as stateful packet filtering firewall. So these are the components of VPC. We are having the internet gateway, network access control list, public subnet, private subnet, security group, right? So all these things are the part of the network traffic in VPC. Now, what is the difference between network access control list and security group? If somebody asks you, your answer will be something like this. Network access control lists are virtual firewall for subnet, and they perform stateless packet filtering. And security groups are virtual firewalls for EC2 instances only, and they perform stateful packet filtering. This should be the correct response. If let us say you come across this question in your interview, definitely you can put it in your own words. But what important things are there? First is it is stateless and it is stateful, and it is for the subnet and it is for the instances. Okay. After that, in the previous session, we have already seen the route 53. It route users to the internet application. It connect user request to infrastructure in AWS as well as outside AWS. It also manages DNS record for the domain names. We have seen a record, 4 times a record, alias record. Then we have seen CNAME record, right? We have seen different routing policies as well, failover routing. We have seen weighted routing yesterday, I guess. Then apart from that, some other routing policies were also there. Geolocation, geo proximity, then multi-valued. Okay, so multiple policies even can be created in the Route 53. So this is the overall infrastructure, whatever we have seen. So see, this is the outside the traffic 0.0.0.0/0. Let us say it is accessing www.xyz.com type of website. The traffic will first go to the Route 53. If you have created the CloudFront, Route 53 will resolve that request to the CloudFront location. Even we have seen this service, right? We have created our CloudFront origin. I have shown you miss cache hit as well as cache miss. Even we have seen that one. Instead of using load balancer, we had used S3 bucket there. But now in this scenario, Route 53 will give the DNS for the CloudFront, okay? And then it will go to the application load balancer. If the contents are here, then it will be directly served. Otherwise, it will go to the application load balancer. Application load balancer will forward the traffic to the auto scaling group. And depending upon the volume of the traffic, auto scaling group will increase or decrease the number of servers. Okay. So that for that, we have seen the templates, right? We have seen launch template. We have seen how to create your AMI. We have seen the auto scaling policies, the target scaling policy, manual scaling. So all that stuff we have seen. So each and every service in the application load balancer, we have seen lots of things. What is the path-based routing? What is the host-based routing, right? So that we have seen. We have used the user agent criteria there. I was trying with Mozilla Firefox and curl something. So each and every service in this we have seen in much detail. So this is the architecture. Now your turn. You are going to give me the correct answer. Yes. Read it and give me the correct answer.
Ma'am, private subnet.
No. Read the question. How to establish a dedicated connection between company's data center and AWS. So this is your on-premises. This is AWS. And now you want to establish a dedicated connection between these two. What is the option? I am not at all happy today. I am not at all satisfied. Nobody is giving me the answer. And this is something except one participant. I really appreciate. Even the answers are wrong. I really appreciate I getting answer from one participant.
Ma'am,
But you know,
AWS Direct Connect.
yes, AWS Direct Connect. Multiple times we have seen that. Okay, so if you want, we can go back there. So I'm not expecting such a negligence at this time when we are supposed to complete our course. What was that connection between on-premises and AWS? It is the dedicated connection. It is direct connect connection. Okay, if somebody is asking you the secure connection, then it will be the VPN connection. See, why it is, although it is the private one, why we say it is not the secure one? It is secure definitely, but the only thing is that it will not have the encryption. Okay, but if it is over the internet, okay, and then you establish the VPN, then you will get the IP security encryption. This is the encrypted one, and this is the private one. It is just dedicated to you. Nobody else is using that. Next question. Now read it carefully. I have tried it in all the ways, okay, which was possible for me to explain this concept. Now you read it carefully and give me the correct answer, okay? First of all, tell me whether security groups are stateful or stateless. Yes? Are they stateful firewall or are they stateless firewall? Ameya, please tell me this answer. What do you think? It could be wrong, okay? But Ameya, I want this answer from you. What is it? Whether it should be stateful or stateless? Yes, try it,
मैम
please.
stateful.
It should be stateful.
Stateful.
Very good, Ameya. Okay. ये stateful है. इसका मतलब है ये दो options wrong है. Now tell me whether it is going to allow all inbound traffic by default or whether it allows all inbound traffic by default. Deny or allow.
Ma'am,
क्या
deny.
कहता है? Deny.
Ma'am.
So what should be the correct answer now? B, right?
Ma'am, B.
Agree? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Okay. Which component is used to connect VPC to internet? Okay, Bhupendra, please try to give me this answer. Bhupendra, please unmute yourself and try to give me this answer. Nikhil, can you try? Bhupendra is not there. Nikhil is not there. Om, can you try this one?
Internet gateway.
Which component is used to connect VPC to the internet? Very good. Very good. It is the correct answer. Okay. Very good. Next question. Let me just select the participant because I strongly believe today that lots of participants are not there. Okay. Okay. Roshan, it is your turn now. Which service is used to manage the DNS record for domain names? Roshan. Roshan is not there. Saad, please try this. Roshan, are you there? Okay, फिर आंसर दे दो ना. ओके फिर आंसर दे दो ना इसका. रॉन्ग हुआ तो भी चलेगा. नो प्रॉब्लम. क्या लगता है आपको? विच इज द करेक्ट आंसर? रीड द क्वेश्चन. हाँ 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 हाँ. व्हाट इज द आंसर? ए और बी में से लग रहा है आपको? रोशन, इट इज कंप्लीटली रॉन्ग. ना तो ये ए है ना तो ये बी है. इट इज डीएनएस रिकॉर्ड. विच सर्विस इज द डीएनएस सर्विस इन एडब्ल्यूएस? रोशन, कौन से सर्विस को डीएनएस सर्विस बोला जाता है एडब्ल्यूएस में? रोशन, यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन इट. ओके. सो ये रूट 53 सर्विस है. इसके ऊपर हमने कितने लैब्स किए हैं. ओके बहुत सारे हैंड्स ऑन मैंने आपको दिए हैं. फेल ओवर राउटिंग, देन वेटेड राउटिंग तो कल ही किया था हमने. कल ही लिया था ब्लू ग्रीन डिप्लॉयमेंट वाला फंडा, राइट? सो whenever you see the DNS records and domain names, mapping of domain name to IP addresses, it goes to route 53. Okay, let me first ask this question. Bhupendra is not there. Nikhil is not there. Om has given me the answer. Raunak, can you please try this one? Raunak.